everyone, and welcome back to Jarissa Explains. I'm Marissa.
And I'm Jamie.
And today we're going to be doing part 3 of the Mandela Effect. So a while back we did a couple of videos where I tested Mandela Effects on Jamie to see what he remembered, and he had his hopes and dreams crushed by some of these. If you didn't see part 1 or part 2, I will link those down below. We gave more of a background on what the Mandela Effect is.
Yeah, if you're just now starting to watch these Mandela Effects on part 3, you need to stop right now and go back and watch part 1 and part 2 before watching this video.
So, the first Mandela Effect that we're going to talk about is the Fruit of the Loom logo. Can you picture what that looks like?
Like where it says Fruit of the Loom, right about where the F usually is, there is some fruit, usually some grapes or an apple usually.
I'm going to show you 2 different logos and you're going to tell me which one is correct. Which one do you think is correct?
I don't know. I'm just going to go with the one without the basket.
Without the cornucopia?
Or is that what that is?
That's what that's apparently called.
Okay, one without the cornucopia. I believe that's what it was. Because that's basically what I was describing. Is that correct?
That is correct. So, well, let's see. What I remember, and what a lot of other people remember, is that cornucopia being there. And that apparently was never there.
Well, cornucopias are a lot of times associated with like Thanksgiving and stuff. Like when it comes to like big meals, like a whole bunch of stuff like stuffed in there.
Yeah, so that could be a reason why people think that. But also, there was this musician, I guess, Frank West, if I'm saying that right. 1973, he had an album cover, and it was called Flute of the Loom, and it had the fruit there with the cornucopia. So it doesn't really make sense. Why would he put that on there if that was never with the Fruit of the Loom logo? Because that's like a play on words.
Yeah. I don't know, it's interesting. I guess you never really notice. I guess your eyes just kind of assume that it's there.
Yeah.
I just remember most definitely there being fruit. If you were going to tell me that there were no fruit above Fruit of the Loom, then I would be like, hold up, there's something wrong.
And remember to let us know what you guys remember down below in the comments. The next Mandela Effect we're going to test on Jamie, it has to do with Mr. Rogers.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch Mr. Rogers?
Oh, of course I watched Mr. Rogers.
Do you remember the theme song?
Wonderful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor, wouldn't you be mine?
I noticed that you said would you say it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood?
Yes.
Well, what if I told you it's actually always been, it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood? It's always been this, not the. Yeah, that one's weird to me, and we'll play it right here for you.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine?
Yeah, so it always said this neighborhood. That's how it's always been.
Like, these things are always so hard because him going, this beautiful day in this neighborhood, he says it so quickly that over time, once you just keep hearing it, you'll just, you know, I'm thinking maybe it can be blended over in time, but like you said, that is weird because I always remembered it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Not like this neighborhood, because he said the neighborhood, because it always gave you that it could be like your neighborhood, you know?
Exactly.
Not just like his neighborhood. This was just a cheap one anyway. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We just had some technical difficulties with our tripod. It decided to quit working on us there momentarily. And we're ready to continue with this Mandela Effect Part 3.
So going back to the Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
There was actually a cartoon spin-off of Mr. Rogers called Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, and in that theme song they said the neighborhood and not this.
Really?
Yeah. So why would they say that? And I'll link that video down below too. I don't know.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it?
No, it doesn't. The next one is a good one, I think. So, do you remember Scary Movie 2?
Of course. It's one of the best ones.
Do you remember that quote when that guy's hanging out the window? You know what I'm talking about? With the guy with the hand? What does he say?
Oh, with the guy with the hand? He's like, take my strong hand!
Yeah, so he actually didn't say that.
What? No. Because he's like, grab my strong hand!
He didn't say that. He didn't say like
Help!
Here.
Oh.
Take my hand.
Ah!
Come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No! Get it away from me!
Take it! Take mine!
So he says, my other hand isn't strong enough.
I think that's just people taking that whole scene and like summing it up and crunching it down in our heads.
There's also another scene where he grabs Cindy's bags and he says, this is heavy, I better use my strong hand.
Yeah,
so it could be a mix up with that, but a lot of people do remember, take my strong hand.
That one, it could be more along the lines of just people hearing strong hand, and as soon as they think of his hand,
And
they
they
think
just
the
mix it,
strong
yeah.
hand, and then they mix it up like, take my strong hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that one is pretty crazy too.
Okay, so the next Mandela effect has to do with anatomy and physiology. Which side is the heart on? The left, the right, or the middle?
It's on your left side.
It's actually like in the middle. So, but it does kind of like lean toward the left, but I know in school they always said your heart is on your left side. They always told us that, but it's actually like more in the middle. And then a lot of pictures depicting the heart show it being on the left side. I took anatomy and physiology, but I'm thinking maybe I just didn't pay that much attention, or it changed because our reality shifted or whatever the theory is. But let me just show you a real diagram.
So is that really a Mandela effect? Is that really
a lot of people think that it is on the left. A lot of people remember it being more towards the left, like more over here instead of like in the middle.
Really, I'm just taking the word of any doctor that tells me, like, hey, they could be like, it's down here by your knee, and I'm gonna be like, okay, I believe you. I'm just teasing.
That's the heart. Isn't it like in the middle? Like it's in the middle.
It's pretty dead on in the middle.
Yeah.
But the ventricle, is leaning to the left. I believe that's what that is. Yay or nay? I'll correct that later.
I don't remember. It's been years since I took anatomy, but it always just seemed like it was more towards the left than that. I don't know. Let us know what you guys think.
That one's a little
wishy-washy. The last Mandela effect we're going to talk about, and this one is crazy, so get ready. It has to do with the characters in Alice in Wonderland, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. What do you remember them having on their heads? Or do you remember anything being on their heads?
Tweedledee and Tweedledum are the two fat dudes that ran. Yeah. They had little hats, right?
Okay.
Well, I want to say they were like 3 different colors where they had the stripes going down little hat, on top of their head.
Was there anything like on top of that hat?
Maybe a spinning propeller blade, you know?
Is that what you clearly remember?
I don't clearly remember because it's been a very, very long time since I've seen Alice in Wonderland. They were wearing like little hats with a little spinning propeller blade on top of their head. So I'm gonna go with that as my answer, which I'm sure, judging by her smile, is not the right answer.
That's what everyone remembers!
Oh, so hey, we're all wrong!
What would you say if I told you that they actually had little tiny green flags on their heads? On their hats?
Okay, no.
Look at this picture.
There are little green flags on top of their heads.
Every picture from the cartoon is the little green flags. But every picture and that other people drew have propellers. See, like these are little
propellers.
Look like little propellers.
How does all these people still remember them having propellers on their heads when actually there were little green flags
all along?
All along.
I always remembered the propellers being on their heads. We even did the play Alice in Wonderland in high school, and the 2 people that played Tweedledee and Tweedledum had propellers on their heads, and I specifically remember that because I remember them always playing with them. Propellers.
That could also be something along the lines though, like again, you remember the people that wear those like goofy little hats. A lot of times they have little propellers on top of their head, you know?
I mean, it could be.
I seem to remember them having propellers on their head. Well, we hope you enjoyed this little third installation of some more Mandela effects.
Yeah, so how do you feel? Do you feel like your whole reality has been shifted, or?
Yeah, I think every time we do these episodes, like, you just like a little bit more gets torn away. You don't really know what you know.
Yeah.
No.
Things are just changing and shifting and yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we hope you enjoyed this video. Give us a like if you did. Subscribe to our channel for more videos. We will see you all in our next video. Bye!
Bye.